Don't change so that people will like you. Be yourself, and the right people will love the real you. Namaste, everyone, and I welcome you to another episode of Feel the Bliss podcast. In my last episode, I shared my story how I was bullied and I was insulted by my friends, and I was crying for 10 to 12 hours. I don't want to keep that story unfinished, and I want to share that what happened next. When I came back, I told everything to my friends, and they said that you should not be with them because they insulted you, they bullied you, and you don't deserve this kind of treatment. But sadly, I had zero confidence, and I told them that maybe it was my mistake. Maybe I had not given my 100% in this friendship and I need to give more. And I started doing that. I gave my heart and soul in that friendship. And sadly, I used to think that doing their work, picking and dropping them from their workplace to college, or getting their notes photostated, or bringing the food from the canteen counter to the table is how I can show my love and friendship to them. But sadly, that was not the case. I was I was investing my time, my emotions in a friendship where the other person had no respect, no love for me. They they never respected me. They were just not meant to be my friends, and I was just dragging that relationship. I was just dragging that relationship for another 2 years. I was being insulted, I was being used, I was treated like I'm their driver servant, but I was doing everything out of love and affection because I wanted to save that friendship. But I was wrong, because I was giving something, giving my love, giving my affection to someone who couldn't understand it, who couldn't value it. And this happened till the day I remember I needed their support, their help badly. I was standing with folded hands, tear in my eyes, and I was begging them for help. For almost 15-20 minutes, I was begging them for the help that I needed, and they just went. I was numb. I was shocked. I was like, what? I have done my best, you know, to keep this friendship. I've done everything they said I should do. And still, when today I need them, they're not there. It was a big shock for me. I came back home, I was crying, and I was like, what I've done with myself. I knew this 3 years back, and I was not able to accept it. I never accepted it. Why? Why I never had the courage to leave them and confront them and tell them that you have no right to behave this way. On top of that, I was with them and I was doing so much for them. Why? And my inner voice told me that was the fear of loneliness. The fear that these things will change. The fear that I would not be able to find new friends. The fear that I will be rejected because I had not accepted myself. Those extra kgs, that weight was pulling me down. I was so underconfident. I used to stand in front of the mirror and I used to think that I'm looking at the most ugliest person in this world. Because of the body shaming I've received, I was hating myself. And it just drained all the confidence, all the happiness, everything out of me. And that is why I allowed the other person to misbehave with me, to insult me, to bully me, to body shame me. Thankfully, at that moment, obviously I was very upset and that was a very difficult time for me. But now when I look back, I say thankfully that happened because it was a moment of awakening for me. Otherwise, I would have dragged that friendship for like 2-3 more years. Come on, we were school friends. We were friends sharing our dreams together, thinking about career together. And why? I never got the answer. Why they did this to me? We all were friends. I thought they were my friends. But In that moment of awakening, I realized that better be alone than with these kind of toxic people. These girls are going to, drive me crazy. They are going to take everything from me, and I would be left with nothing. And I was actually so underconfident at that moment that I didn't know what to do. I had no friends in college, and I was all alone for almost half a year. And I just don't know how I survived that 6 months. But after that, I made good friends. The other people started talking to me, and finally, in my final year, people started recognizing me, and I got so much of love from other classmates. But those moments were so tough for me when I had to decide that I had to be, I had to be the one who had to cut this cord. I cannot be with them. So, guys, it's very difficult, when we are in a tough situation, when we are in a toxic relationship or a toxic friendship, or we are in a space where we have a toxic colleague or boss or something like that. It's very difficult to think, that let's leave this and move out and stuff like that. But you should, because that's going to, kill you every single day. Your self-confidence, everything. It's going to take out everything from you. You need to let go these toxic relationships to really start living again. You cannot survive with this toxic relationship. It's going to hurt you badly. It's going to break you emotionally, mentally, and it's definitely going to affect your physical health and obviously mental health. We need to have that courage. We need to have that confidence that we are enough and we can start all over again. Be it a new job, be it a new relationship, be it a new friendship. We can start all over again, but we should not spend even one moment in a toxic relationship, in a toxic environment. It's such a cruelty on yourself, and it's not done. You don't deserve it. God has gifted you this beautiful life to enjoy it, not spend it, impressing someone, explaining someone who you are, and they're not going to understand. The people who want to be with you will accept you with your flaws. You don't have to impress them. You don't have to do extra for them. You just have to be yourself, and they'll be there for you. If you have to really put a lot of effort to maintain a relationship or a friendship, then it's not the true friendship. It's not the true relationship. Have the courage to move out of that. Embrace those awakening moments where you understand, you realize that better be alone. I'm going to enjoy my solitude. I'm going to accept whatever has happened. I'm going to heal myself, but never, ever, ever I'm going to come back to this toxic environment or into this toxic relationship or a toxic friendship. And that is how you heal and you move forward. So guys, don't be afraid of the loneliness. If you're not happy with someone, with some friends, with some environment, with some career, just let it go. You've got one life, and you deserve to be happy, and you deserve to be at peace. You deserve to feel the bliss. And for that, you need to take tough decisions. You need to stand for yourself. You need to stand for yourself. Take out that fear of being lonely. Take out that fear of starting afresh. Just think about how happy and how peaceful you would be when you're going to take that decision. With this, I'm going to end my episode with some beautiful lines that's going to help you when you take that decision. Give yourself time to heal from a challenge that you faced. Letting go of hurt doesn't happen overnight. It happens in slow, small steps forward. At times, even a few steps backward if necessary. Be gentle and patient with yourself during the transformation. Namaste.